welcome to my unboxing of something that at this time is pretty difficult to get in North America. This is a Be Quiet! No, that's not how you say it. This is a Be Quiet Dark Power Pro 10 high-end, see, they helpfully call that out for you, high-end power supply. This is an 80 plus platinum power supply. This is what they consider to be a no compromises product. So that means even everything down to spending more on the fan that's cooling it. They are using their own, here we go, very well regarded silent wing fan. See right there, you can see they're using a custom fan, they're using a custom enclosure, they're using custom pretty much everything because, again, no compromises. So the highest efficiency, a fully modular interface. We'll get it open, but no compromise, silence, and performance. So using virtually inaudible silent wings fan, world-class efficiency up to 94%, top performance, overclocking key for multi or single rail use. That's cool, actually, so you can actually switch. Professional cable management, 5-year warranty. Let's go ahead and have a look at what else they have to say for themselves here. So 80 plus platinum versus 80 plus. I guess those graphs look more impressive if your graph starts at 75%, but trust me, it does make a difference. Dark Power Pro certification allows you to save up to 34 euros in electricity versus a standard 80 plus per year, per annum. That's sort of a more European. So this is a European brand. Actually, that's something you guys should be aware of. This is a German brand, and you know, there's my card to give you some idea what I think of German brands. It is a little different, and you know what? It's not racism. It's not like, you know, it's just different. I mean, it's the kinds of details that matter to Germans versus the kinds of details that matter to, for example, the Japanese. Like Japanese, why they're known for their capacitors. Whereas that car, for example, is just, it feels really solid. It's kind of heavy. It doesn't perform that great. It's a Rabbit, by the way, in case you guys can't tell. But little things, like when you close the doors, like it just, thunk. It feels like really solid. The car actually has a completely welded frame, so there aren't any seams, there are no bolts in terms of the outer shell of the car, which is kind of neat. So anyway, okay, so the car is not related to the power supply other than the fact that they are both designed in Germany. And I have a bit of a sort of German engineered bias, let's just put it that way. Speaking of engineering, Be Quiet is not a rebrander. So if they, I mean, power supplies, it's no secret that every power supply is made in Asia somewhere. So no, it's not manufactured in Germany. I'm sorry. However, Be Quiet, unlike many other companies out there, is not simply taking a design that someone else worked on and rebranding it. So what they're doing is they are designing the power supply, they are designing the specification. If somehow, you know, someone can produce something where they've already got a kitted thing that's ready to go that meets their spec, then that's one thing, but otherwise they are actually having it fully built from the ground up according to their own spec. So what that means is little things, like if you guys have paid any attention to my videos over the years, you'll know I hate coil whine. Be Quiet does not accept coil whine. They don't accept electrical noise, because the worst thing in the world is a great power supply with a quiet fan that goes when it's under load, because there's some coil somewhere or some component inside that's making electrical noise. Totally unacceptable. So we're going to fire this guy up just to make sure that what I'm saying is accurate, but from what I understand about this brand, about what they're about, is that they would not accept that in any way, shape, or form. So let's go ahead and have a look at the English. So multi-CPU based, okay, virtually inaudible thanks to the Silent Wings fan. Long lifespan up to 300,000 hours thanks to a fluid dynamic bearing with copper core, an individually balanced fan wheel. Yes, their fans are serious business, guys. Very well regarded worldwide, like right up there with the Noctuas of the world, so bear that in mind. You are getting a good fan with your power supply, and you don't have to, you know, do a dangerous fan swap in your PSU in order to make it happen. So yeah, the OC key for either multi-rail or single rail, and actually here we can have a look. So if you decide to go multi-rail, it'll be 4 rails, and if you decide to go single rail, then it'll be a single 70 amp rail, capable of providing almost the entire maximum output of the power supply on the single rail. Extremely energy efficient and straightforward optimal cooling system. And okay, let's go ahead. And actually, that's really cool. Check this out. Has direct connectors for up to 4 fans. So the fan control can actually be done by your power supply, which is like the smartest thing ever, because I would trust these guys to manage my fans correctly versus a lot of the tools that I've seen built into motherboards and other things like that. I mean, personally, I'm using a T-balancer, so it's a non-factor for me, but not everyone has that luxury. Pretty decent sleeving, not the best I've seen. It's certainly not the worst I've seen. You can see it's, even though they're using fully colored cables underneath, looks pretty good even when you bend it like that. Okay. And this is kind of neat. Got like a rubberized like thing going on here for where the 24 pin comes out of the power supply. So it's not fully modular, but it is almost fully modular. And since every system needs a 24 pin, and someone's going to be a smartass and sort of make some comment about a system that wouldn't need a 24 pin, but you're wrong. They all need 24 pins if they're real systems. These are the fan connectors, so you can, this is kind of neat because even Molex fans can now be managed by your power supply, or you can plug in a 3-pin. Very good stuff. Okay, so it comes with 4 of those. Would have liked to see those black, but it's not the end of the world. They're fairly easy to sleeve for what it's worth because they've got these nice small connectors on the ends. This is cool. So this is the OC key, evidently. So you go ahead, you plug that in there. You can actually change it. No way. I thought it was something where it's like, you know, you set up your system, you like put it in or don't put it in. But, oh wait, no, hold on. Yeah, no, you can, okay, so you can either just jumper it permanent. Look at all these options. This is hilarious. So you can either jumper it permanently, or you can go, well, I might want to switch between multi-rail or single rail sometime in the future, and you can include this just like that. Okay. You can tell this is a sample unit from Europe because this won't be useful to me, but okay, there you go. Comes with the manual. So it's available in a variety of different wattages, 850, 1000, and 1200 for the Dark Power Pro 10. Deutsch, English, safety instructions, stuff like that. And this is very nice. I love matte black boxes with silver writing. That's just the best thing ever. These look very nice too, actually. These feel good. You can often tell, are they using high quality wires inside or are they not, just by taking the cables and feeling them. Again, actually this might be better sleeving than what's on here. No, it's the same. Okay, maybe I was judging this too harshly because the sleeving looks and feels really good, very flexible, very difficult to see. Even no matter what I do to it, you can't really see through it very well. Very nice cable sleeving and lots of included modular cables. Let's see what we got going on in here. Okay, give me a sec. You know what? I'll just plug things in and then we'll have a look. Now this is actually one of the most flexible and smartest modular cable packages that I've ever seen. Yeah, I'm not gonna mince words about it because this is outstanding. So a couple things. Okay, number one, yes, 850 watt power supply. So why would you need 6 PCIe 8-pin connectors? I will tell you why you need that, because it's not necessarily for a triple GPU setup. It could be for a dual GPU setup where, for example, you know, not that cards like this exist, a single card might have 3 PCIe connectors on it. Then they give you an additional single PCIe 6-pin that can also plug in, which, you know, not that these exist, but, you know, I heard that there was a rumor that there might be like motherboards coming in the future that have an auxiliary 6-pin PCIe connector. So you see these configurations on the motherboards and on the video cards, and then you kind of go, what power supply is actually designed to run a couple of Lightnings in SLI with a 6-pin auxiliary connector plugged into the board? This is the only power supply I've ever seen where you won't have to do something goofy like plug in sort of too many connectors or too few connectors depending on your config. Very smart the way they've done the PCIe. So there you go. And each harness gives you 2 6+2s. Okay? Moving right along. So the 24 pin goes over there. Ah, yes. The CPU connector. So you can see the modular cable includes a 4+4 or an 8-pin, and they're both attached. And I've seen this a lot of times where modular power supplies will not really give you any flexibility. Like, for example, the Cougar SX850. The modular, or not modular, I don't remember, whatever. The cable for the CPU power connector has like 2 8-pins and a 4-pin on one harness. I'm looking at this going, are you kidding me? How many boards need that? Well, be quiet, thought of that. So they include that one, or they include a single 8-pin, or they include a single 4-pin. Totally up to you what you want to plug into that slot. Since you can configure it as a single rail power supply anyway, it doesn't matter if you're doing 2 connectors off 1 port or 1 connector off 1 port or whatever else the case may be. Now, again, like, cardinal sin number 1 on power supplies is making a modular interface with 5 plugs and including 5 cables that are just, you know, like there's 2 Molex harnesses and then like 3 SATA harnesses, and you're like, okay, so I plugged them all in. Now it's not modular anymore because everything you plugged in is everything that you could possibly need, and you get like, and every harness looks like this. Now, you might have a system that needs, you know, 2 SATAs and then a couple Molexes and then a floppy, or you might not. So they've included a lot of smart harnesses. This one, for example, I only have a single Molex connector that I need in my system. On the back, oh, actually, no, I have 2 now. Well, at any rate, I used to only have a single one, and I could just use 2 of these. See? 2. So I have 2 that I need. One plugs into the back of my Zonar Zents sound card, and the other one plugs into my MCP655 pump. That's it. So why do I have to attach a huge harness with 4 connectors when I have a modular power supply? Why aren't they including options that I care about? So you've got 2 single Molex ones. You've also got this one, a single SATA one. You've got a multi-SATA one. So this guy has 3 SATA connectors. This guy's got 3 SATA connectors. You've got a 3 Molex one. You've got a 2 Molex one and a floppy. You got that one I showed you before with the couple SATAs and a few Molex and 2 Molexes and a floppy. So you've actually got flexibility. You've actually got options in terms of what you're plugging into your modular interface. Now, we haven't taken a close look at the overall fit and finish of the power supply yet, and that is again where the whole, you know, German engineering, etc., thing that Volkswagen would have you believe really starts to come in. So everything looks really good. You know, you got your silver and your 80 plus platinum and your warranty void. Okay, that doesn't look very good, but other than that, this is unique. Haven't seen anything like this before. So it's got a fan grill that, you know, it's not going to be a problem. You're not going to be able to accidentally like touch the fan, but I guess if you wanted to touch the fan, you could. Looks very slick anyway. That's for sure, especially with that fan spinning in there. That looks great. Oh yeah. They've got everything oriented correctly, so as long as you've got a sort of 99.9% of cases out there that mount the power, that have the window on this side, the text will be right side up no matter what you do. And this is smart too. That warranty void, if removed, is on the side where you're less likely to have it facing, because this, on most cases these days, will draw air in right from the bottom of the case through a filter, and you will see just this. Looks good. Check this out as well. See this? Rubber? Noise dampening. So that will keep vibrations from passing from the power supply to the case. Just another, you know, nice little touch that I haven't seen before, and sets this a little bit apart from the competition that does not include noise isolators on their power supplies. So whether your case includes it or not, you will have a noise dampened, vibration isolating power supply no matter what, because the Germans have deemed it to be thusly. So thank you for checking out my unboxing and terrible German accent, I'm just never going to do that again, of the Dark Power Pro 10 from Be Quiet! It's a bad joke too. And don't forget to subscribe to Linus Tech Tips for more unboxings, reviews, and other computer videos. And we missed something. Check this out. So they actually include cable management Velcros, which is not unique at all. Lots of guys include these. However, normally when you see these included, they include like 2 or 3. Be Quiet has included a whack of them. I mean, we could count them if we wanted. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10 of them, which is actually enough to help cable manage your system. Because it's one thing when they're just making a gesture of, you know, oh yeah, we included cable management Velcros. But it's another thing when they actually include enough that you can actually cable manage your whole system with them. Very cool stuff. Also some zip ties. Okay, just a few of those. And this is what I'm actually excited about. Oh yes. Sexy thumb screws. I mean, it does not get any better than that. That is your power supply mounting screw. That is beastly. Way to go, Be Quiet.